Hello, crafty friends. We are here again on another first Monday of the month, April 2026, here with Creative Juice by Lonnie. I'm so happy and tickled that you are here to craft with me, do a little bit of paper crafting. It helps to bring beauty and happiness to your mailbox and to the people that you send it to as well. Whether you are doing scrapbooking or card making, welcome. Say hello, and I'm happy to have you here. Today, we are going to do a little preview and show you a fun classic stamping project, a fun classic card. Let's see if my video will catch up with me here. Maybe not. Well, let's see. Come on, wake up, wake up. Oh, here we are. Okay, we're just getting this a little slower here than I would like it to be, so hopefully our video will show up. Okay, I think we're finally catching up. Let me show you what we're making today. This is actually a preview or a version of this card. This is called a Shadowbox card. And this one I made with the soon to be retiring, and I'm very sad about it, Beach Boardwalk set. But it fits into an envelope, and then when you open it up, it pops up so that it stands like this. And it is a little shadow box of any kind of scene that you want. I'll show you a couple of different ones today. But as you can see, it still fits right into your card, into your envelope rather. And then if you would like, you can write on the back. So this one could be a birthday card. Here we go, celebrate. With the Beach Boardwalk bundle. It is still available, I believe, as of this morning. So if you haven't ordered it, you could get it. However, what I want to give you a little sneak peek of today is of the Waterside Retreat bundle that is coming in, or suite, I should say, that is coming in May. And this suite is going to also coordinate with our April Paper Pumpkin Kit. So Paper Pumpkin is a monthly craft kit that comes into your mailbox that has everything from the paper pre-cut pieces for your cards and envelopes that match, ink and a little ink spot, stamp set, adhesive, any of the embellishments, everything is included in this kit. So if you are just getting started in paper crafting, this is a great entry level, or if you love to take a pre-made kit and make it your own, you'll love this as well. You do need to subscribe by April 10th, and this Lakeside Retreat is going to coordinate with this suite that I'm going to show you. So you'll have a little extra. The stamp set will not include the same sentiments or images that are included in the Lakeside Retreat, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. But you will have a little extra that goes along with it. So if you love sitting by a lake and enjoying a peaceful day in the pines, let me show you a little bit. Let's give a little sneak peek here. This is the Lakeside Retreat Designer Series paper, and it has your little life jackets and oars on one side and some beautiful striping, pinstriping on the other. We've got fish, so this is perfect for an outdoorsy person, or we saw a lot of cute alternative projects at Onstage too. I love this one with the bikes. So it's not just masculine, but it will indeed work for masculine cards. Hello, Carlene. Carlene was with me. We saw some beautiful things on stage made with this suite. So here's some seagulls on this side. Look at that. I love this plaid. Almost a madras plaid. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. More life preservers and buoys. Some beautiful wood grain on the back side of that one. And then this is the one that we're going to use. We're going to actually cut some of these down, some of these little scenes down into this card. I'm going to use this one today, actually. I think I've got it right here. All right, this is the little scene that I cut on the back side of that one. I forgot to show you. It had this beautiful blue misty moonlight stripes. Love that. So help me decide. Should we make this card with crumb cake or shall we make it with Misty Moonlight? Carlene, you may be the only person here to vote, so what do you think? Either one is going to be beautiful. I know it's going to just work out fantastic. What you will need is 2 pieces of cardstock that are 5.5 by 4.25. Doesn't matter what color you're going to use. And then you'll need a scene, a little piece of designer series paper that has a scene in the back. And I think I'll show you some of these others. We've got, like, you could do this vertically as well. I'll show you a vertical style in just a minute. Hi, Kelly. Good to have you here. And Kelly says blue too, and so does Carlene. You could do the pier going off into that way, and you can even use some of the smaller ones. I'm using one of the larger pieces, but I will show you a version using this one in just a minute. So, okay, so we're going to use the Misty Moonlight, and we're going to adhere the first thing we want to do is adhere the scene to the back of to one of these. Oh, look, I just got out. Luckily, I always have a couple on hand, ready to go for my adhesive. So we're going to adhere this. We'll move this piece. We don't need that piece anymore. By the way, this beautiful designer series paper is going to be one that is included in my May paper share. You'll get 76 pieces of designer series paper, 6 by 6, 6-inch by 6-inch pieces. So you'll get one of all of those pieces that I just shared with you. And it can be shipped to you, or you can pick it up from me. I just posted that event just half an hour ago. Okay, so the next thing you want to do after you've added this scenery to the back of one of the cards, or to the front of one of the cards rather, we're going to score. When we're doing a landscape version of this card, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch on one end, and I'm using the Simply Scored tool, but you can use a paper trimmer that has a scoring blade. So I'm going to score at 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and then at 4.5 inches and 5 inches. Okay, so we've got that one scored. You'll do the same to the other piece of cardstock, the coordinating cardstock. So 1/2 inch and 1 inch, 4.5 inches and 5 inches. If you were doing this as a portrait version of this card, you'd probably want to do it at 3/8 of an inch. So 3/8 and then 6/8, which is 3/4. And then, 3/8 on, and then you flip it over if you can't figure it out. Do 3/8 and 3/8 again. Got it? Okay. I will remind you of that again in a moment. So that's our scoring. It's very simple, very easy so far, right? Now, before we do any cutting or anything else to make our peek through piece, we are going to do any stamping that we want. So the first thing, well, and you may want to see, I know that I'm going to use this circle. You could use a square. I'm using the Stylish Shape dies, so you could do a circle or a square. Maybe I'll do a square. Let's do a square. Why not? The other one I made was a circle, so I think we'll make a square this time. You'll put your square here to see where things are going to go, and then you can do any stamping that you want. I want to put on a few little flying birds and maybe a word or sentiment. I think this one that we're going to say relax. So I'm going to stamp relax right down here, and this time I'm using my I used Misty Moonlight. I was going to use Night of Navy, but Misty Moonlight shows up just fine. That's just great. Now I can see where this is going, or this is going to be, so I can now stamp a few birds. Some of them will be cut off. It's okay. I can see that, but I can see that it's got I've got some of those birds right there. I may also want to put some of this grass. Now, since we're stamping on blue, I'm going to go ahead and stamp. Can you see this so far? Here you go. I'm going to stamp this in blue. This is my grass. Just kind of gives it a little forward scene, I guess, is the way, more in the foreground. I'm going to stamp it a couple places like that. So let me lift it up so it's easier on the video to see. There you go. I've got all these little pieces stamped on the front of it. Now we'll do our cutting, our die cutting. But before I do that, we're going to cut out two things at the same time. So let me show you this is the stamps that come in the relaxing Waterside stamp set, or this is part of the bundle or the suite. So we have a chair and these fun, the grasses we just stamped, some birds, seagulls, and then it has some masculine sentiments that you could use, as well as some any day sentiments. So it could be have a great birthday, we did relax, today is your day. Then here are the dies. And I'm going to show you, this actually cuts out two different types of chairs, Adirondack chair and then kind of a more upright chair. I'm going to show you those in just a moment. I'm going to pull it out so I remember to show you those in just a moment. But we're going to stamp and use this Adirondack chair. And I think I can get it right here. I'm always using my scraps up. This was left over from a previous project. So we're going to stamp this one, this time in pecan pie. Here's my chair. Now you could leave it like this and make it, and just leave it on the very vanilla. Or if you would like to, you can take your blending brush, and I like to rub around the outside. They pointed out at onstage, and I'm like, that's exactly why I do this. That most of the time we stamp right in the middle of our stamp pad, and you want to get the ink off the outside where there's more ink. Now you don't want to just drop it right on here. They call it bruising, because the first thing that you're going to do is do a little bruising onto your paper, and you don't want that big bruise to be on like that on the thing that you're sponging. So we're just going to sponge it, and it gives it a little depth and dimension that it wouldn't have if we had just done it onto brown, which is okay. You could have stamped this right onto pecan pie and it would look fantastic too, but it gives it more of a rustic feel here. So there's this is my favorite way of coloring too. My favorite way of coloring is definitely the easy way. Hello, Elaine, and we see Angie as well too. Okay, so we've got our Adirondack chair ready. We've got our foreground ready. Let's cut these out together. Let's see if I can cut them out together. I always try to do as many cuts in one pass as possible. So I've got my die around the chair, and here is the front of our card. Now if you want to, you can use, I had a little piece of tape. You can use some tape to make sure that it stays in the place where you want it to be, but I think we're good to go. Live on the edge. Oh, I almost forgot. Before you cut this, remember to burnish these score lines just a little bit, because it's so much easier. Square in the middle. Okay, just cutting them all out at the same time. I have done a few other things. Hello, Angie and Elaine. I did say hi to all of you while I was getting ready and almost cutting it wrong. It would have been cut right. It's just harder to fold afterwards. Okay, moving that back out of the way. Okay, here we go. Got my parts here. Okay, see how it looks nice when we've just cut that all out. We have this extra piece. You could use this on the back if you want to, or someplace else. I don't know, on another card. Save it for another card. So we have our frame ready to go. We have the back part of this one ready to go, the scenery. So we're going to do On this one, you're going to fold the closest one to the center comes in, and then the next one folds back out, so it's kind of a Z fold. Same thing on the other side, fold in on that closest one, and then back out. So here you go, like that, and the same thing is on the front. Ta-da! So you can kind of see right through that shadow box. The best thing that you can use for adhering these two pieces together is your tear and tape. Very sticky. And I'm going to just put one on the outside 1/2 inch and burnish it down really well, and it will peel off easier. Well, I say that and then it says, no, I'm not going to peel off nicely for you. There we go. There we go. Okay, now it's really important that you get the bottom lined up so that it will stand correctly. So make sure that you get the two bottom pieces, edges, lined up nicely. And you just push it flat. So easy, really. It really is so easy to make this card. Pardon me, somebody's thinking at me. Okay, so here is our card so far. And if you have a little extra here, you can just trim that off with your scissors, but it's not a big deal. And it smashes flat. Then we can add our chair right here, like he's sitting right on the beach. Now you're going to kind of observe where you need to put some adhesive. So I can see I'm going to put some right here behind the back of my chair, and maybe right down here on the two front legs of the chair. Maybe this would be a good time to use. Let's use some mini glue dots or these edges of my dimensionals. That might work too. Let's see. So a little bit on the bottom there, some up here. In fact, I could put this one right here on the edge where it's going to be captured. I have this, you know, we have to use up all of our pieces, right? So let's add these all on here. And you don't want anything to be sticky on the back right here, or it would stick it down. So make sure that there's nothing sticky on the back of that piece. Now, let me show you a few little fun things about these dies. Okay, so we just did this one. We cut this one out, but you can also cut out this chair. There are two different backs that you could add to it. And this little piece right here, there's the blank space. It actually cuts out this little wooden strip. Let me show you how I made it on this card. So for this card, I put that little wooden strip right here on the front of the chair. There are also two little pieces that are together on one die, and you may be asking yourself, what in the world is this die? Because it is unusual. And what it is the armrests right here on top of this chair. So these little pieces right here can cut out some armrests that go right on top of that. But this little piece, and you can see the other things that it can cut out, this little piece can also make some really cute piers. Let's say that we wanted a couple of piers right here that maybe are along the beach. We could put one in front and one in back. Maybe I will do that. Let's see. I'm just kind of playing around with it. We haven't made this one yet. But see, I have this cute little bird that I just wanted to go put on here somewhere. So maybe we'll put these two piers together. That's what I think I'm going to do. Get the right adhesive that is underneath something, of course, at this point. You know how this is, right? Right, crafters? You're all like, yes, we know how something that was right there can disappear in no time. So I'm going to put this one kind of offset so one is taller than the other. And then I'm going to put it, I think, like right back here. So it's almost behind the window, but ahead of the other things, right? If my imagination works. Okay, so there we go. Now I can put this little guy right here on the top of the pier. Love it. Sorry, sometimes I just tickle myself and then makes me so happy. Okay, so all my little pieces. I did grab a glue dot, mini glue dot. Funny how there's correct, my little mini glue dot, correct adhesive for different things. And so I need one on his feet and one on his beak. Is that ready to go? Yeah, it looks like it. And there he is. So there you go, kind of our fun peek through card there with the little bird sitting on top. I'm glad you like it. I'm going to show you a couple of other fun things that I've done with this. Now we could add to this. Oh, what did I do with it? Let me look. In this, somewhere I had the little embellishments that go with this suite. Can I find them right now? Probably not. That's okay. They are here somewhere. And then when I put it on Creative Juice by Lonnie later today, it will have a little embellishment right here that is like an anchor. But apparently it's underneath something. Okay, so you've seen that one. You've seen this one this is the one that I said had the scene of the water and the pine trees in the background, and it says, "Today is your day" at the top. I know it's kind of hard to see with this lighting, but here's to a new chapter. I love the fact that it has a little book that you can put on to the side of your, like here's another little book. You could put it on the side of your Adirondack chair. This one actually, I think we should put a little cup of tea or hot cocoa in my case, right here on his armchair. Oh, cute. I love it. Okay. This one, I may come and put another one out here just so that it has kind of three of them after I'm done. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so then you saw, where's my original one? Well, here's the other one. Here's the one I did that I used. Again, the beach boardwalk scene. I had a Ferris wheel that I had sponged and then cut out for another purpose, and thought, well, that would be cute to have it on this one. Added some boardwalk lights, some fun ones at the top there, and then this one says "Celebrate" on the back. So this one also has a back on it too, so you can see. This one, I believe, is 4 inches by, let's look, 3 1/4. So to put a piece on the back of this one, I need a 4-inch by 3 1/4 piece of cardstock to add to the back of that one. And let's see if I can find my other one. It's probably buried under all my papers that I've just shoved off to the side. Oh, here it is. And here's my other one. So you can do this with any paper that has a scene in the back of it. But you can see. There you go. Stands right up like that. This is the one that I said you'd want to do 3/8 of an inch and 3/8 of an inch on the side to give you enough room. I used the Everyday Arches dies to cut the center out of that one. So it could be a square, like a square, or it could be a circle. And that's when your stylish shaped dies comes in handy because they have just about the right size, shape, square, and circle for that. Put those together. All right, which one do you like the best? Do you like the one we made today? I love this one with a little bit of twine attached to it. They're all fun, aren't they? Okay. And of course, they all fit right into your envelope. So here you go. You can just drop that into the mail and away you go. There you go. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully it's something to look forward to here. Something you could still make now with the beach boardwalk, or you could use or plan ahead. Subscribe now to get your paper pumpkin by the 10th. I will put a link up there. In fact, let's see if I can do that right now. Do you think I am that smart? I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see. It could be. It could be that it's not going to let me. Oh, here we go. We'll get the paper pumpkin link for you in case you're interested in getting the coordinating paper pumpkin that will give you a little extra things to go with the Lakeside Retreat or the Waterside Retreat. Here we go. Okay, is it going to let me do it? Yep. Okay. Now you know where to subscribe and say and get a preview of the Lakeside and Waterside Retreat and an extension of that wonderful suite. So, okay. Any other questions? Thanks, Angie. I'm glad you're all here today, all my friends, all my crafting friends. And thanks, Kelly. I'm glad you think that they turned out okay. That's a good. And Elaine says she likes the seaside scenes. All of them just makes you feel like you could just take your cup of coffee out there and enjoy a relaxing day at the beach. She reminds me of Prince Edward Island, a day that I spent on the North Shore. So fun. Thanks for joining me. We'll be back in May, on the first Monday in May, with more live crafting. So, and it looks like that the link I gave, for some reason, did it get it to both Facebook and YouTube? I know. Oh yes, it did. There we go. It did get it on both places. So you've got it. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you spreading beautiful things with the creative products that you have in your arsenal. So go and make something that means something today. See you soon.